Things to do in Paris. Hello guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Travel the World. If you want to visit any other country in the next video, then tell us in comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Since the 17th century, Paris has been one of Europe's significant focuses of money, discretion, business, design, science, and expressions. Paris is the capital and most crowded city of France, with an expected population of 2,175,601 inhabitants starting in 2018, in a region of more than 105 square kilometers. As indicated by the Economist Intelligence Unit Worldwide Cost of Living Survey in 2018, Paris was the second most costly city on the planet, after Singapore, and in front of Zurich, Hong Kong, Oslo, and Geneva. Paris is a significant rail line, roadway, and air transport center point served by two worldwide air terminals, Paris, Charles de Gaulle, which is the second busiest air terminal in Europe, and Paris-Orly. Gare du Nord is the 24th busiest railroad station on the planet, yet the initially situated external Japan, with 262 million travelers in 2015. Paris is mainly known for its galleries and structural milestones. The Louvre was the most visited craftsmanship exhibition hall on the planet in 2019, with 9.6 million guests. Paris got 38 million guests in 2019, estimated by Instays. The football club Paris Saint-Germain and the rugby association club Stade Français are situated in Paris. Each July, the Tour de France bike race completes on the Avenue de Champs-Élysées in Paris. Paris got 38 million visitors in 2019, estimated by Instays, with the most considerable quantities of unfamiliar guests from the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, and China. It was positioned as the second most visited travel objective on the planet in 2019, after Bangkok, and only in front of London. Now that was a short piece of information about Paris. Let's talk about the top tourist spot in Paris. Eiffel Tower. Paris will be distant from everyone else without the Eiffel Tower. The Goliaths B. Eiffel Tower worked by Gustave Eiffel to remember the centennial of the French Revolution. It was introduced at the Exposition Universelle in Paris in 1889. 324 meters high, it is perhaps the most visited landmark on the planet, with almost 7 million guests per year. The primary floor houses the Eiffel Tower 58, which reaches out more than 2 levels, 58 meters over the ground as its name recommends. On the subsequent floor, the view is the incredible 115 meters, since you have a plunging idea on the ground beneath. At long last, on the third floor at 275 meters, you can perceive Gustave Eiffel's workplace. It is feasible for the more daring one to utilize the steps and climb the means, 1,665 to the culmination. The climb of the Eiffel Tower is an unquestionable requirement to appreciate the grand perspective on Paris. Notre Dame Cathedral. Notre Dame de Paris, otherwise called Notre Dame, a Roman Catholic church building, is situated on the eastern portion of the Ile de la Cité. It is generally viewed as perhaps the best illustration of French Gothic design in France and Europe. Started in 1163 and finished in 1345, this basilica is a site with its gateways encompassed by his numerous models and figures of grotesqueness that decorate the rooftop. We encourage you to stroll around the church. At that point, head inside and climb the 387 stages to the highest point of the pinnacles. The move to the pinnacle's highest point can be debilitating, yet you will get an all-encompassing perspective on the locale and see the well-known figures of grotesqueness up close. Notre Dame is open Monday through Friday from 7:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. There is no extra charge, regardless of whether you need to move to the church's highest point. The pinnacles are open day by day, April through September, from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. October through March. You'll discover Notre Dame Cathedral in the core of the city. So never miss the Notre Dame Cathedral. Louvre Museum. The Louvre is the most visited craftsmanship historical center on the planet. In Paris's core, this unique structure is a previous regal royal residence, with a region of 210,000 square meters, including 60,600 for the shows. The historical center is housed in the Louvre. Initially, a fort worked in the late 12th century under Philip II. The remaining parts of the defense are apparent in the storm cellar of the exhibition hall. The museum is located in the city center and has its own metro stop, Louvre Rivoli, on Line 1. If this museum reflects entire France past and present. Visit the Jardin des Tuileries. The Jardin des Tuileries is a free open nursery that traverses roughly 55 sections of land. Even though it was initially planned exclusively for the imperial family and court's utilization, the recreation center was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List and has been available to the general population since the 17th century. The green space holds a significant part in France's set of experiences. For instance, unfamiliar dignitaries once assembled for gatherings in the Jardin des Tuileries. Napoleon and Marie-Louise's wedding parade walked through the nurseries while in transit to the couple's marriage dinner in the now ancient Palais des Tuileries. Jardin des Tuileries hours differ contingent upon the season. The recreation center opens at 7 or 7:30 a.m. all year. However, shutting times can be pretty much as right on time as 7:30 p.m., generally in the colder months, or as late as 11 p.m. throughout the mid-year. Montmartre. Montmartre is a slope situated in the north of Paris, 130 meters high, having its name to the encompassing area. It is most famous for the white-domed Basilica of the Sacred Heart at the top. It was finished in 1919 and respected the French survivors of the Franco-Prussian conflict of 1870. In case you're nearby, do visit the Square of Trevi, a couple of squares from the Basilica. Numerous craftsmen are setting up their easels to paint travelers or display their work. Spot du Trevi is a token of when Montmartre was the center of current workmanship in the mid-20th century. Numerous craftsmen, for example, Amedeo Modigliani, Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, and Vincent van Gogh worked there. The Espace Salvador Dali, a gallery committed to modeling and drawing the Spanish painter, can be tracked down a couple of steps from the Square of Trevi. Palace of Versailles. The Château de Versailles is the most famous palace in France. Inherent the 17th century as an image of France's military force, and as a show of French incomparability in Europe, Versailles was the seat of political power in France's kingdom from 1682 to 1789. This immense complex of structures, gardens, and patios is undoubtedly an absolute necessity for any guest who will be enamored by extraordinary facilities, extravagant adornments, furniture, and plated works of Renaissance craftsmanship. Visit Versailles. You will begin by the state apartments and the well-known Hall of Mirrors, the Queen's Chamber. Remember to walk around the acclaimed French gardens. The Moulin Rouge is a nightclub known as the otherworldly origin of the famous French can-can. Situated at the foot of Montmartre slope in the core of Pigalle, it was inherent in 1889 by Joseph Aller and Charles Zeidler. At first, presented as a romance dance, the can-can conceivably introduces the men's club, presently present in numerous nations worldwide. Today, the Moulin Rouge is a vacation spot, giving diversion to guests from around the globe. Its style and its name have been imitated and acquired from different dance clubs around the world. Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris is a diversion resort in Chessy, France, a town found 32 kilometers east of Paris's focal point. It envelopes 2 amusement parks, many retreat lodgings, Disney nature resorts, a shopping, feasting, diversion complex, and a green, notwithstanding a few extra sporting and diversion scenes. Disneyland Park is the first amusement park in the complex. Devotees of Mickey can visit Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris has 2 amusement parks, Disneyland, with Sleeping Beauty's Stronghold, and Walt Disney Studios. Use electric bike rather taxi. Taxicabs can be rare and can't be waved to in the city. You need to call ahead for one or discover a taxi stand. Cabbing in and out of town additionally leaves you powerless against Paris' broadly growled traffic, careening to a stop on a local single-direction road, at that point watching the meter tick ever upward. At the same time, you're caught behind a 2-fold left vehicle is a distinct buzzkill. While free-gliding electric bikes from organizations, for example, Lime and Bird, may look fun and proficient, their expansion in the city. Sane River. The Sane River is a 775-kilometer-long stream in northern France. Its seepage bowl is in the Paris basin, covering the more significant part of northern France. It ascends at Source Seine, 30 kilometers northwest of Dijon in northeastern France in the Langres level, coursing through Paris and into Le Havre's the English Channel. It is traversable by maritime vessels to the extent Rouen, 120 kilometers from the ocean. More than 60% of its length, to the extent Burgundy, is debatable by enormous scows and most visit boats. Almost its entire length is accessible for sporting drifting. Trip boats offer touring voyages through the waterway banks in the capital city, Paris. Sane River is fun to visit. Breakfast, routine. Standard breakfast in Paris is a croissant-rich mousse of flaky cake, or a tartine, French bread cut the long way, margarine and jam, bistrot au lait, espresso with milk, likewise called bistrot crème, and maybe some organic product or juice. You may customize the breakfast as your wish. But there is an old saying: when you are in Rome, do as the Roman do. I recommend you to the Paris breakfast. When to visit Paris? The best and ideal occasion to visit Paris is from June to August and September to October. Both summer and fall have their high points and low points. From June to August, the climate in Paris is just about parfait, excellent. Average highs are in the high 70s, and there are extended periods of daylight. Tragically, summer is additionally the most jam-packed time, and the costliest. For lower travel rates and altogether more limited lines at attractions, plan a visit in the fall. If you like the video, please like, share, and comment. Thanks for watching.